This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover a passion-driven language learning system that combines ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with the science of spaced repetition. Maximize your learning and retention today at ScienceBasedLearning.com.
How to form and use the Spanish imperfect subjunctive, a guide for English speakers. Learn how to form the Spanish imperfect subjunctive using the third-person plural preterite stem, with examples and exceptions explained clearly. The imperfect subjunctive in Spanish formation and usage. Welcome to today's lesson, where we'll explore an essential but often challenging aspect of Spanish grammar for English speakers, the imperfect subjunctive. Understanding how to form and use the imperfect subjunctive will greatly enhance your ability to express past wishes, doubts, hypotheticals, and polite requests in Spanish. Formation of the imperfect subjunctive. The key to forming the imperfect subjunctive lies in the third-person plural form of the preterite tense, also called the simple past tense. Here is the step-by-step process. Start with the third-person plural preterite form of the verb. For example, the verb hablar, to speak, in preterite third-person plural is hablaron. Remove the ron ending from this form. For hablaron, removing ron leaves you with habla. Add the imperfect subjunctive endings. Ra, ras, ra. Ramos, note the accent on the vowel before ramos. Raíz, ran. Putting it together for hablar. Yo hablara. Tú hablaras. Él, ella, usted hablara. Nosotros habláramos. Vosotros hablarais. Ellos, ellas, ustedes hablaran. Examples with other verbs. Comer, to eat, preterite. Third person plural. Comieron. Stem, comie. Imperfect subjunctive. Yo comiera, tú comieras, él comiera, nosotros comiéramos, vosotros comierais, ellos comieran. Vivir, to live. Preterite third person, plural, vivieron. Stem, vivie. Imperfect subjunctive. Yo viviera, tú vivieras, él viviera, nosotros viviéramos, vosotros vivierais, ellos vivieran. Practical usage of the imperfect subjunctive. The imperfect subjunctive is commonly used after expressions of doubt, desire, or emotion when the action is set in the past or is hypothetical. Here are a few common scenarios. If clauses, to express unlikely or contrary to fact conditions in the past or present. Si tuviera más tiempo, viajaría más. If I had more time, I would travel more. After verbs of doubt or influence in past contexts. No creía que ella viniera a la reunión. I didn't believe she would come to the meeting. Polite requests or suggestions. Quisiera hacer una pregunta. I would like to ask a question. Exceptions and special notes. Se endings, two forms of the imperfect subjunctive. There are two accepted imperfect subjunctive conjugation sets in Spanish. Endings with ra, ras, ra, ramos, rais, ran, and endings with se, ses, se, semos, seis, se. Both are correct and interchangeable in meaning, but the era forms are more commonly used in everyday conversation. Stem changes and irregular preterites. For irregular verbs in the preterite, use the third-person plural irregular stem as the base. For example, tener. Preterite third-person plural tuvieron. Stem. Tuvie. Imperfect subjunctive. Yo tuviera, tú tuvieras, él tuviera, nosotros tuviéramos, vosotros tuvierais, ellos tuvieran. Remember to carry stem changes from the preterite form into the imperfect subjunctive. Accent placement. When adding the Ramos ending, an accent is required on the vowel immediately before the ending. This accent distinguishes the imperfect subjunctive from the preterite indicative in that form. For example, habláramos, comiéramos, viviéramos. Summary. To summarize, the imperfect subjunctive is formed from the third person, plural, preterite stem. Has two sets of endings, ra and si, with ra being more common. Is used in past or hypothetical contexts involving doubt, desires, emotions, polite requests, or conditional statements. Carries over irregular stems from the preterite tense. Requires an accent in the nosotros form, on the vowel before Ramos. Mastering the imperfect subjunctive is crucial for expressing nuanced thoughts and feelings in Spanish. Practice conjugating verbs, use them in conditional sentences, and listen for their use in authentic Spanish conversations. For more detailed lessons and resources, learn more at sciencebasedlearning.com. Whether you're a beginner or refining advanced grammar, you'll find helpful content there. Get your copy of comprehensive Spanish learning materials at sciencebasedlearning.com and take your Spanish to the next level.